Assalamu alaikum and welcome to the show Spin-Off. This is your RJ Faisal Ilyas. Another disappointing day for Pakistani fans in ICC Men's 2024 T20 tournament, and this is a big one. Pakistan has lost to India yesterday by just 6 runs, and this defeat means that the road for Pakistan in this T20 World Cup could be over from here on, because USA has already won 2 games, India has won 2 games in this group. So Pakistan, the only chance Pakistan has is that Pakistan has to win all of the remaining 2 games by big margin, and we'll have to pray for USA to lose one of the games, that in fact both of the games that they have to play. So now it all depends on ifs and buts, and I'm pretty sure all of you guys have a lot of questions about yesterday's game as to why could Pakistan not chase down such a small total of 120 runs, and a lot of questions about some of the shots that Pakistan opted, the way Rizwan tried to attack against a bowler like Bumrah, then the shot from Fakhar Zaman, who looked in a good touch and we expected him to stay on the crease because there were these left arm spinners from India, Akshar Patel, who could have been taken apart by Fakhar Zaman, but it didn't happen and eventually Pakistan lost the game. I know you have all of these questions in your mind. I would request you guys to chip in with your questions specifically on our WhatsApp number that you already have. If we talk about the ambience of the game, it was outstanding. 35,000 people and even more than 35,000 people were there in the ground and outside the ground. A lot of arrangements were made in the respective countries in Pakistan and India to watch the game in big screens. But if we talk about the ground itself, it was all blue over there in the ground. But whenever Pakistani players did well, we saw that the crowd was appreciating both of the teams equally well. But Pakistan had a bad day, despite the fact that Pakistan won the toss, which was one of the key things to happen on the given day, because this ground, whenever on this ground a team wins the toss, opts to bowl first. Pakistan did the same thing and Pakistan had the advantage of winning the toss, but we could not capitalize. Although if we talk about our bowling performance, we did well to restrict India to just 119 runs. But again, in this game also we saw our fielding to be not that great. We saw that especially catching in the slip was not that great. We have seen Iftikhar Ahmed struggle in the game against US. We saw the same thing happening this time round. Also, some of the players, especially Iftikhar, looked completely out of sorts when he was asked to bowl on this pitch, where there was a lot of help for the spinners. We saw how Imad and Akshar Patel and Ravindra Jadeja bowled on this wicket and they got the help from the wicket. But these players have to see as to what their role is in the team. If they are not good slip fielders, why they are fielding in the slips. And also there are some questions about young players like Usman, who is a keeper as well. He could have been in the slip, but we did not address this issue that we faced in the US game also. Coming back to how Pakistan bowled, we saw that Shaheen Shah Afridi is also struggling. He used to take early wickets, which used to give a good start to Pakistan. It didn't happen. We saw that Rohit Sharma was able to hit a 6 to Shaheen Shah Afridi in the first over, which was very surprising to see. I've seen some of the footages where there were some Indian fans interacting with Shaheen Shah Afridi and they were telling Shaheen Shah to be friendly with Rohit Sharma and Virat Kohli, and same was the case. He was very friendly in his first over, although he got the wicket of Rohit Sharma, but from his standards, Shaheen Shah Afridi is not the Shaheen Shah Afridi that we all know, who used to take wickets early for Pakistan. It's not happening and we are seeing the results. Eventually Pakistan lost this game also. So Pakistan has lost 2 games in T20 World Cup, and the road for Pakistan from here on looks to be very difficult. For Pakistan to qualify in the next stage of Super 8 will depend on a lot of ifs and buts. If we come back to this game specifically, India could score only 119 runs thanks to Rishabh Pant, and he was also very lucky. We saw his catch dropped by Usman. Then there were a lot of edges that went down for boundaries. He eventually managed to score 44 runs of 31 balls. balls, and this was the highest total by a player from both sides in the game. From Pakistan, 31 from Rizwan was the highest total. So Rishabh Pant scored 44 runs of 31 balls. Then Akshar Patel, who scored 20 of 18. Akshar Patel was sent in early in the batting order by India, and it proved to be a good thing to do. We expected Pakistan also to do some of that innovation in the batting order, but we didn't manage to do it. Had we sent Shaheen Shah or even Naseem Shah, we saw he could score 2 boundaries in the last over. He could have been sent earlier, but we didn't do it. Of course, the total was not that big, but we were not innovative enough, or probably we didn't have the enough plan to chase down the total. So India could manage to score 119 eventually, and the third highest from India was their captain Rohit Sharma, scoring 13 runs of 20 balls. At one stage, India were 89 for 3 in 11 overs. So you can see as to how when the ball softens up in this pitch, it becomes very difficult to score. So they were 89 for 3 in 11 overs, and in the next 9 overs, they could only manage to score 30 runs, and 7 wickets were taken by Pakistan in those 9 overs. So it was Pakistani team knew that it will be difficult in the last 10 overs, and same is the case that happened. When we go to the break and when we come back, we'll talk about how Pakistan played their last 9-10 overs. So Pakistan had the chance because they knew as to how the wicket is going to play, and we did not capitalize on this situation. So India were able to come back from this dismal performance of 30 for 7 in the last 9 overs, eventually scoring 119, but that also was enough for them to beat Pakistan. And by the way, this is India's finest performance, bowling second and restricting the team under 119. So this also goes out in favor of India, and we'll have to see as to how Pakistan covers up from this defeat. We are dissecting the game between India and Pakistan, which Pakistan lost the game by 6 runs only. But this means that the road for Pakistan to qualify for the Super 8 stage for this T20 World Cup becomes very difficult. And if we talk about Pakistan's batting, obviously Rizwan and Babar opened the inning, and there were a lot of conversation about Saim Ayub making the comeback in the team. He did not do it. In fact, Imad Wasim came in the team in place of Azam Khan. Rest of the players were all the same, and Abbas Afridi was also not played in the game. We saw that Shadab Khan also did not bowl in the entire innings, and if he's not bowling, then why is he in the team? I mean, if he's a proper batsman, then he should be competing with batting players that could be part of the team. So a lot of questions to be asked as to how we are selecting the team, and with this loss, I am sure the backlash that's going to come from the audiences will also make PCB to ask some of the questions from the team. The way Pakistan batted, it looked like Pakistan could chase down, because in the first 12 overs Pakistan managed to score 72 for 2, and if we look at the individual performances, Rizwan could score 31 of 44 balls. Imad Wasim, who was the second highest run getter in the team, but he scored 15 of 23 balls, and he took a lot of balls to score his 15 runs, and he was expected to finish the game for Pakistan. At one stage, Rizwan was expected to finish the game for Pakistan, but it did not happen. Fakhar Zaman also looked very good. He was the only one who had a good strike rate in the game. He scored 13 of 8 balls, and he was rather unfortunate. He got out to Pandya's delivery, and it hit on his shoulder and ballooned in the air, which Pant took his catch and he got out. So he was the very unlucky player to get out, and with his wicket, India's chances were pretty much there, and they eventually managed to win the game. Babar scored 13 runs of just 10 balls. Usman scored 13 of 15 balls. Naseem Shah He also scored 10 runs of 4 balls, and he was the only one who could score freely in the last over. He hit 2 boundaries in the last over. Iftikhar Ahmed, who is the biggest disappointment in this game with his fielding effort and with his batting effort. And I've seen a lot of questions from you guys where you're asking a very technical question, by the way, which is that Iftikhar had 3 full tosses which he could not do anything with, and one of them was a ball where he could not get out. So he missed 3 full tosses, and on one of the full tosses he got out also. So you guys have asked a very technical question saying that full toss has nothing to do with the pitch condition, and you're right. If you have got these full tosses, you should capitalize on these balls, and had he scored 1 6 on these 3 full tosses, we would have actually won the game. But it wasn't the case, and it wasn't the day for Pakistan team, especially with Iftikhar. We have been relying a lot on this player to win games for Pakistan, to finish games for Pakistan, but it's actually not happening. In fact, players like Shaheen Shah and Naseem Shah have been better than Iftikhar. So what is he also doing in the team is also a question. Although we can't raise fingers straight away on these players, but why we are raising fingers is now is because Iftikhar has represented Pakistan for more than 80 T20 internationals, but he's still not there in terms of his performances, and he's not been able to finish games for Pakistan, which is a big worrying sign for Pakistan. We saw his lackluster performances in 50 over World Cup as well. Obviously not great things to talk about, and I can understand all the fans are also very disappointed, but this is how it is. This is how the game of cricket is. The script is written on the given day, and the script is again not in favor of Pakistani people, and I can understand all of the fans will be very disappointed, just like we are disappointed in the studios. And I can see our producers also having very bad faces today, but this is how it is. A lot of people must not have eaten, but I would request you guys to take this as a game and focus on your work, have food. Coming back to India's performance in terms of their bowling, Jasprit Bumrah, who is their star bowler, again proving his worth, and in fact he doesn't have to prove anything. The way he's been serving India is great. I mean, it's always great to see him bowl as well, and back-to-back man of the match performances for Jasprit Bumrah. He took 3 wickets, he conceded only 14 runs, and look at the wickets that he took. Babar, Rizwan and Iftikhar. Iftikhar is somebody who is balancing his great act, because this looks to be not that important wicket. We are disappointed with Iftikhar's performance. This is why we are using such hard words for him, because one thing that we expected from Pakistan after US game was intention, and when you are standing in the slip fielding, one thing that you expect from a slip fielder is to expect every ball to be coming to him. But we see that Iftikhar reacts to the ball after the ball passes him, which is a very bad sign to see for a fielder who is standing in the slip. And why is he in the slip quadrant? This also is to be. I do not want to use words like investigate, but the way we played yesterday's game, there are certain players who might be under investigation actually. Coming back to India's bowling, the second good performance from them was from Hardik Pandya, a bowler who is under a lot of pressure. We have seen his bad performances in IPL and the captaincy fiasco with Rohit Sharma. He also managed to get back to his groove, and he managed to get 2 wickets for just conceding only 24 runs, and he was the one who took the main wicket of Fakhar Zaman. Had he not taken Fakhar Zaman, we would have been celebrating today, and we would have been talking great things about Pakistan, but that's not the case. We lost the game by 6 runs. Then Akshar Patel, who only bowled 2 overs, he took 1 wicket, and he got out Usman Khan, and he conceded 11 runs. Akshar Patel's performance was also good in this game, and he batted well as well. He scored 18 runs of 20 balls, and credit goes to Rohit Sharma. The way he defended such a small total in such a pressure game, and where you have to defend such a small total, the captaincy of Rohit Sharma came to fort, and we saw that he was outstanding with his bowling changes, and he utilized his resources very well. So we'll wind up this game after this break. We'll talk a little more about this game, especially what Pakistan has to play next and what India has to play next. We'll talk about it after the break and the song, and then we'll analyze Oman-Scotland game that was played. This game was completely undershadowed because of Pakistan-India game, which broke a lot of hearts yesterday, and people have not come out of it even today. And the talk of the town today is the game between India and Pakistan. Why did Pakistan not win, and why did we not chase down only 119 runs? Yes, when Fakhar Zaman got out, we were requiring 47 of 47. Fakhar Zaman was slightly unfortunate because when he nicked the ball hit his shoulder and ballooned up in the air, and he got out. And also when Rizwan got out, we needed 40 of 36. Even at that stage, it was run a ball, and we expect from player like Rizwan to understand the situation that on that stage we needed singles and doubles, and we could have been through. And with Shadab Khan, who is very fit, with Rizwan, who is very fit, we could have gone for single double approach, and we could have won the game. With Imad Wasim, we saw that he was not fully fit. He could not run properly, and when you are needing such a low total, where on such a difficult wicket where it was difficult to hit, rather than sending Imad Wasim, who was not able to run, we could have sent somebody who was quick between the wickets. So sending Imad did not work. Rizwan getting out to Bumrah and attacking Bumrah on such a wicket was completely suicidal. So these are the different things that when we recall, it hurts us even more as to whether this would not have happened. But the game is done and dusted. Pakistan has lost the game by 6 runs, and when we see the next fixtures, Pakistan has to play Canada tomorrow, 11th of June, again in the New York ground, and India has to play USA on 12th of June at New York. So both these next games are to be played in New York, the same ground that we played against India. So difficult pitch, and we are hearing that ICC is going to do certain tweakings in the pitch to make it more playable in terms of high scoring wicket. So we'll have to wait and see as to how these two games progress. But Pakistan's chances to qualify into the Super 8 are very difficult, because it all depends not just on Pakistan's performance, but it depends on how other teams go about it. Because if USA and India manage to win any of the games from now on, both of them have 2 games left. If they manage to win any one game out of the 2 games that they have to play, both of them will qualify, and Pakistan will have to come back, and Pakistan will not be in the Super 8. So now we can just hope and pray that Pakistan manages to qualify, but it's not in the hands of the team anymore. Alright, so the second game that was played yesterday, and nobody talked about this game because of the big game between India and Pakistan. This game was between Oman and Scotland, the Group B game, and Scotland actually won the game by 7 wickets and 41 balls to spare. This group is also very important, because in this group England has not taken any points as yet. Their game against Scotland was washed out, so 1 point is the only point that they have right now after playing the 2 games. They were beaten badly by Australia. So Scotland winning this game against Oman with such a high score is going to be in favor of Scotland, because they can have the chance to qualify for the next round. So if we talk about this game, Oman managed to score 150 for 7 in their full quota of 20 overs. Athwale was the top scorer for Oman. He scored 54 of 40. Then Ayan Khan scored 41 of 39 balls, and Faisal Ilyas, who is the captain, he scored 16 of 6. They could only manage to score 150 for 7, which Scotland easily chased down. If we talk about Scotland's bowling. Their bowler Sufyan Sharif, who is a Pakistani player who went to Scotland to play international cricket, he took 2 wickets and he conceded 40 runs. Chris Greaves was also able to take 1 wicket. He conceded only 2 runs. And Brad Wheel took 1 wicket. He conceded 19 runs. So good overall performance from Scotland. But remember that Oman won the toss in this game and they batted first. So when it was halfway stage, they would have thought that this score could be good. But Scotland batted so brilliantly. They were able to chase down this score in just 13.1 overs. If we talk about Scotland's batting, Brendan McMullen, it's not Brendan McCullum, it's Brendan McMullen. He scored 61 runs of 31 balls. And George Munsey, who has been their opener, who is in great form recently, he scored very good 50 against England as well, which was a rain washed out game. He scored 41 of 20 balls. Again, played with good strike rate. Then Michael Jones, he scored 16 of 13 runs. So this game was also played in West Indies. So the games that are being played in West Indies are relatively high scoring and exciting games. If we talk about Oman's bowling, their Bilal Khan took 1 wicket of 2.1 overs, conceding 12 runs. Mehran Khan took 1 wicket of conceding 16 runs and he bowled just 1 over. Their captain Faisal Ilyas went for many runs. He gave away 41 runs. He took 1 wicket and he bowled 3 overs. So Oman, obviously Oman is one of the associate teams and they are having a good campaign in terms of they had a good game against Australia and the game against Scotland. This game also has been good for them. So for all of these associate teams, ICC provides this opportunity for them to play against full members, and Oman must have been having great experience of playing with the member teams. And we have seen that some of the associate teams have actually beaten the full members, like USA beat Pakistan, and actually they have thrown Pakistan out of this tournament literally after the game they've lost to India yesterday. Alright, so Oman has to play their next game against England in the same group B. This game is going to be played at Antigua on 13th of June, and Scotland is going to play their next game on 15th of June at St. Lucia, again in West Indies, and their game is against Australia. So we were talking about the game that is to be played tonight at 7:30 p.m. Pakistan time. This is going to be played at Nassau Stadium, where Pakistan played against India, and we saw the kind of great stadium that ICC has developed over there. Although a lot of dollars have gone down for this stadium, but still it looks like it's worth it. So this game is between South Africa and Bangladesh, and both of these teams are in good form. We have seen South Africa winning against Sri Lanka and Netherlands, and Bangladesh have also opened their account with a win against Sri Lanka. So both the winning teams are going to go against each other tonight. So we're looking forward to it because we expect these teams to do well. And this group is also very interesting because these are big 3 nations, South Africa, Bangladesh and Sri Lanka. Only 2 of them are going to qualify for the next round. So we'll have to wait and see as to how this game goes on. The time for us is right now to go goodbye to all of you guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow.